Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. Happy New Year. I wanted to make this video in hopes to help answer people's questions. I've been getting a lot from people that are close to me, around my circle, people that I don't know, friends, even family. So I'm being asked a lot, how come people are feeling numb for the holidays, for Christmas, for New Year's? They're not sad, but they're not happy. They just don't feel anything. They feel numb, right? Now, I'm going to try to keep, because there's so much I could dive into this, but I'm going to try to keep it simple enough, at least in my terminology, simple. So I know this will help whoever it's meant to help in their own way at whatever level you're at. So for those that are feeling numb during the holidays, you have to understand you're starting to wake up from the fantasy, right? And what I mean by that is, I said it, I'll keep saying it in every video that I have, is that everything, every experience, every person has both good and positive, right, to it. Every experience, same thing, if you just ask yourself the right questions. What's happening internally for these people is they're starting to see through the fantasy. And what I mean by that is they're starting to be super grounded of understanding. They may not understand it, but they're starting to see both sides to that experience, or the holidays, or Christmas, or New Year's, right? Because the moment you over exaggerate something, oh, it's New Year's resolution, this and that, I'm super happy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all good. But what happens the moment you do that, it's sort of a fantasy, because you're forgetting anything of what we call the negative side of it, because it has both sides. You've just instantaneously, by getting that super high resolution and New Year's resolution or Christmas, whatever, you automatically create that pendulum of that boomerang to have that low coming up, whether it be days, weeks later, to bring you back down, to make you authentic again. We just don't see it that way, right? We feel like, oh man, it's just a brand new year. This has already happened to me days later. What's up? All the universe is doing life, just like anything else, the yin yang. It's bringing to balance of where you need to be at. It's just when we're not unaware of this, our thoughts go off in a different direction, thinking, oh, here we go again, right? So point being is, the people that are feeling neutral, that's what's happening. You're being grounded and not living that fantasy of, oh, but you're not being depressed, thinking of the past either, thinking that the past was better than the future. You're just neutral. You're numb. You're being more of your authentic self. Or, some people could see it as seeing everything holy, or seeing everything neutral, whatever terminology that's going to help, you understand this. Now, and that's a very powerful thing, because that means you're moving along. It's good timing, man. For the people that, as I mentioned, that are, super happy, which is great. That's awesome. Feel those emotions. But just understand, when that boomerang comes back, the yin yang, because it will come back. It's universal law. You can't help it. It may be a month, maybe weeks, maybe days, maybe hours. But when it comes back, understand the only thing it's doing, it's just bringing you down to being neutral, where you're in that middle of the space, the middle of the hurricane, right? The peace part. You just have to remember this, so that way your thoughts don't start going off tangent, making you feel or think otherwise. Now, for the people that are just depressed, sad, lonely, whatever, obviously that is just a conditioned subconscious program replaying itself like a broken record, right? Which is unfortunate, but it's part of the process. It's part of your healing. Remember, and as I say always, trust the process, because everything is happening for you and not to you. And I'm talking literally, So if you are feeling, that downside of the holidays and depression and loneliness, understand that that's just the subconscious record that's being played over and over, because it's not true. These are the stories it's like the matrix of glass mirrors in your head that you're making up. You're imagining this to be true of you, which is not. So it takes time to recondition that, but it's possible because neuroplasticity. So understand there's a way to do it, right? If, people want some help on that, they can contact me, inbox me. But I thought it was important to kind of get some of this information out, because just like anything else, when you're unfamiliar or not knowing of certain things, you're going to go off of what the logical mind or illogical mind starts thinking, right? But once you become, it's kind of like driving a car. You don't know how to drive a car until you become more familiar with it. As you become more familiar with it, you start to know more about it. Same difference, right? This is stuff that I've been able to witness and go through myself. Again, I could go so deep on this, but I'm trying to keep it simple, as if it's not complicated already. So I know that this will help whoever it's meant to help at whatever stage that they're at. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Just remember that there are two sides to everything. Stop trying to, avoid the predator and only seek the prey. You need both to bring you to being your authentic self, or the true version of you. That way, in essence, it just keeps a vibe of peace in your heart. And as you believe it in your heart, so shall it be done unto you. Remember, we're not having to do anything. Whatever this intelligence is, what you want to call it, God, energy, Allah, it doesn't matter, because it's everything. It will give you back through you what you allow it to. Its own awareness through you, right? So, love, light, and peace. Have a happy new year, and many blessings this year to you guys. Take care.